Hi everyone, this is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to join me on this evening talk show. Now, there's this viral video or news that's going around about Tobi Alabi's child's paternity identity. Now, when I saw this video, at first I was like, okay, well, it's not really a video. It's kind of like a news. People are talking about it and it's gone viral. Now, when I saw it, I needed to talk about it. So, come with me while we discuss this matter that is going viral. All right. Thank you so much. If you've not seen the news yet, it's about Tobi Alabi's daughter. I think her name is Mary Ajemi. I think, let me get her name. Mary Ayomiku. She turned 22 recently, and a man, let me show you the man's picture, is claiming to be her biological father. Now, this man has not been in her life since she was growing up. She has actually taught another person to be her biological father, and this man decided to reach out. So let's talk about this, because my first question when I saw this news was, why 22 years later, or is there something we are missing? Okay, why will a parent, why will any man wait 22 years to reach out to their own child? If this child was your child, what would make you not reach out to her when she was 10, when she was 15, when she was in uni? Did not reach out to her. Is now that she's becoming a little bit popular like her mom, becoming more and more, aware, and the public and celebrities are noticing her. You're not reaching out to her. Now, what she said was that she doesn't know this man, that she has heard about him. That, okay, I'm gonna just, let me just read this news because I think you guys need to. Let me share my screen and then I'll read this news so you guys can kind of like understand where I'm coming from and what the news is all about. All right, so let me share my screen. I'm going to go to Linda Ikeji's page because that's where I got the news. So that is Ayomiku talking about what happened. She said, I cannot bear his surname. How can I bear the surname of someone that I have never met? There is no sense in that. I don't even know his surname. How can I bear the name of someone I have never met? God knows my real father, and everyone knows who my real father is. I don't know this man when I was in crèche, daycare, primary, secondary, or during my university days. I graduated and did not get a congratulatory message, absolutely nothing from him. So there is so much story to tell. It is just a story about an irresponsible father, and he's trying to cut every relationship he could have. I mean, when I read this, what came into my mind, like every other person that is talking about, is why did this man wait till this particular time? This child passed through, primary school, secondary school, university. She became able to be popular recently when her mom's birthday. She's becoming a little popular, and he now decided to send this message to her. Now, let me show you guys the message he sent, sorry. So he sent this message. Hold on, let me just, because you guys need to see that message. Because, all right, so he sent this. Tomorrow, 7th of May, 1998, will be exactly 20 years that you were delivered at. We're talking about where she was delivered, the fact that he named her Mary, and that he's the dad. The question is, why wait 22 years later? Why claim a child 22 years later? What happened? And when he did it, he had to do it on social media. I mean, what kind of a man? You've not had any relationship with your child. You don't know much about her. And the first time she's hearing about you, from what she's telling us, we don't really know the whole story, but from what she said, from the first time she's knowing about you, it was from social media. You telling her that you are her father. When I read this story, I was like, I wonder how this girl felt when she got this message. I wonder how her word came it came crumbling down. Okay, imagine you are home. You've always called a particular person your dad, and someone just sent you a message and say, no, 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 I'm your dad. I'm the one that named you. That person you've been calling your dad 22 years is not your dad. You've been living a life of fallacy. I'm like, oh dear. What kind of a man would do that? Why didn't he go to the family house? Why didn't he call the pastor? Tobi Alabi is a very popular person. I mean, she's known. Why didn't he even go to the girl's school when she was in university? Why didn't she just wait for the girl outside their house? Why make it a social media, affair? Why bring this public? Why do we? It sounds so, funny. So I don't know what you guys think about this story, but when I was doing my little research, there was something I picked out from what she was saying. She said, God knows my real father and everyone knows who my real father is. I did not know this man when I was in Croatia. And, had the second part of it said, so there is so much story to tell. It's just a story about an irresponsible father. Now, is this man irresponsible? I mean, has he been irresponsible? People have different views about this story. People are saying that no matter whatever, let me give you what people are saying, okay? So people are saying that no matter whatever, even though she's hot, she cannot drag her biological father online without hearing his side of the story. But my question is, who dragged who online first? This man dragged her online. This man started talking about this relationship online. This man was not in her life. If there is a problem in their family, why did he have to bring it out? So, I mean, Africans, once anything starts, we start all this, someone that is older than you, someone that is, your father, please, can fathers also respect themselves? Can elder people also respect themselves? I mean, this girl, you have just, even if it's a hidden something in the family, you have just brought out, opened up a can of worm. Does she need this in her life now? Does she really need this in her life? Are there no ways elders should handle things? Why do this to this girl? She doesn't need it. She has called another person her father all her life. Why, even if there's a atom of truth in what you are saying, why bring it now? And Nigerians and the way they judge things, okay? People just start talking about, biological father, don't drag him. But there's some people that make sense, okay? This person said, how can someone who hasn't been in my life for past 22 years come now to claim paternity? I want to tell people that I'm an orphan than welcome such a man into my life. There's a difference between being a father and a sperm donor. The man should rest. I mean, when I talk about certain things, people think I'm very controversial or I think too Western. But for me personally, being a father is not because you put sperm into somebody's, body and then you become a father. Being a father, you have a responsibility. You have to train the child. You have to nurture the child. You have a responsibility. Being a father is not just because you got a girl pregnant, then she gave birth, and then you are a father. This girl, in her mind, she already has a father figure, someone that's been married to her mom for decades now. She's called this person dad, and now you come out of the blue. You want to be a father because now she's becoming popular. Can we just, when we talk about things, when we talk about this elder biological, can we just, reason and think about things, in a more logical way? Why would this girl accept this guy just like that? And why did he not follow the right routes? We talk about culture. We talk about, tradition, about African, tradition, respecting elders, respecting fathers. But our fathers not also supposed to respect themselves. Even if, sorry, my lovely, even if she's your child, there's a way to go about it. Even if the woman, she has refused you access, this girl, if she's coming into maturity, should have handled it better. My next question is, why didn't he go to the courts? Why not apply for DNA tests? And really, this girl, she's very, very wise, because she asked when in her interview with Punch, she did mention that. She said something which actually made me love her. She said, her mom never blocked avenue for us to see. So this man actually, I don't know why her mom would want them to see, unless there's more to this story that we don't know. But what she said was her mom never blocked avenue for them to see. My mom even tried for me to have a relationship with this man. So that means the mom is admitting that she knows this man. There is a story about this man. And she used him about him, but he never tried to reach out to me. So let's get a point. There is a story about this man. Either they went out together, either at the same time when this little girl or this young girl was born, there was something happening. We don't know the story, but I'm just going to put myself in the girl's shoe. This man should have taken this woman to court all this while. Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he ask for paternity test or DNA test? Okay, that sometimes we that live in the Western world, that's why I watch paternity court almost every time, just for me to know, because some people are wacko, some people are actually crazy, and some people, they are crazy, or they are like they have a problem, okay, upstairs, so they're not really mentally fit. Somebody can claim to be your dad when he's not. So the only way to solve this is for you to go for a paternity test. I mean, why didn't he do that all this while? Why wait 22? Why didn't he go to the courts? Why didn't he take the woman to court all this while? Why wait now? I mean, as this story is developing, for me personally, I mean, people are making comments, and I love the comment coming from Nigeria, because it's good for us to have this discussion. I love this lady. You can't reap where you didn't sow. The world has gone beyond dropping spam around. Don't leave your purpose for someone else, only for surface when the work is done to claim ownership. If she's turned out irresponsible, could the man make claim? Indeed, my darling, it is a story of an irresponsible father for me. That is a question. So if this girl was not trained up, trained in the right way, a little bit becoming popular, gone to university, passed through, would this man be claiming that I am the father? Let's call a spade a spade. Let's say the truth. Let's stop all this. He's your father. He is, we don't know what actually happened. We don't know. We were not there when it happened. We don't know when they did what they did. All right. So finally, I'm gonna end this by saying this. There's a lot of people who might be in the same position, in the same quagmire. Maybe you have had a relationship where the woman is claiming that you are the father of her child. I just wonder why people don't want to go for DNA tests. The only way for you to know if you're actually the father of the child is for you to take the person to court and go for DNA tests. You have to do that. So I've seen occasion whereby a particular person will say three men, say you are the father. Then tomorrow she'll say, is this person? She doesn't even know who the actual father of the child is. The only way to ascertain or to actually, remove the doubt and get to the root of the problem is just only through DNA test. And that's why I love watching paternity court. If you watch paternity court, your eyes will be open to what is happening in our society, where a man will bring up a child that is not theirs, or where a woman will knowingly claim that another person is the father of their child. Or even if you have a doubt, I keep saying, if you even have one doubt, go for paternity test. It is important. Don't allow people or society to make you feel as if you shouldn't. You need to. It is your legal right to go for paternity test. All right, guys, this is my take on this particular story that is going viral. I just pray that God will give this young girl wisdom for her to do the right thing. For me personally, she needs to know the truth. So the man should go to court. If she doesn't want to talk to the man, she has a right not to want to talk to the man. I mean, if you're in her shoe, she has a dad already. This is somebody that she believes is her dad all this while. There was no argument, nothing, until her 22-year-old, and when she got to 22 years old, that's when another person comes up. I mean, I'm not going to turn my back on my dad, because what if later he becomes my dad? What will I now do? Look for another dad? Of course, the real dad, or the person she's calling her real dad, will not want her to turn her back on. What if he is actually the real dad? You're putting this girl in quagmire. You're making her miserable. I don't know how she's feeling. I don't know how her siblings will be feeling. It is horrible to be in this situation. She shouldn't even be part of this. They should have done the DNA test without her even knowing. Take a strand and just one strand of her hair and do the DNA test. Why put her in this dilemma? Why even involve her? Even when she was a baby, they should have done that. Why do it now? That's my take on this story. And I wish you guys would just drop your comments. What do you guys think about this story? What is the way forward? For me, I think it is DNA test. It needs to be done urgently for this scandal to end. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Wait, I'm bringing another story very soon. God bless you.